Episode 022.
My name is Diana Ryall, and when I studied at university, I studied science and graduated with majors in pure mathematics and statistics. Now I'm involved in a number of different areas. I have my own company, which works in the gender equality and inclusion space, but I'm also involved in a number of other initiatives that are very much centred around inclusion, equality of rights, not only for women, but also for people of different heritages. So my passion is that I'll leave Australia and preferably the world, but that's probably hopeful, a better place for those coming through.
Welcome to Innovator Diaries, a show where influencers and leaders from all walks of life share their story and experiences. You learn the strategies and action points that have helped them find success and get to where they are today. You'll hear their stories and valuable advice to help you on your own path. These messages may also help somebody you know, so please share. Diana, I've been really excited about this interview because you have a wealth of experience and a wealth of knowledge. You've achieved so much. You started your own company, which is Founder Xplore for Success.
Yes.
You're a champion for everything related to inclusiveness and equality, especially for women. You're also a member of the Order of Australia, and you were the former Apple managing director. So that's fantastic. I'm sure everybody's gonna learn so much. So thank you so much for being here.
It's a pleasure, Ricardo.
Perhaps to start, if you could tell us a little bit about your childhood.
So I was born in North Ryde. I really was the celebration after the war. My father came back from the war and I was born late in 1946. He was very excited. He was a strong pacifist and the war had affected him deeply. And I grew up, as I look at it, I really was my father's daughter. Sure, I spent a lot of time with my mother, but I hung out a lot with my father. And he was very handy both around the house. He did extensions. He was a university lecturer. And I would help him if they had exam papers that were right or wrong. I would help him mark them. And so I really developed a very strong relationship with my father. And I think that they have now shown that often women who do quite well in their lives have very strong relationships with their father, especially if it's a father who exudes that there are no limitations because you're a little girl.
Do you think that only applies to girls or also to little boys?
Probably also to little boys. Depends what kind of a father they are for a little boy. Some fathers pressure their little boys, you must do well, you must win at sport, you must do this. And so if a little boy is more creative, it may not be a huge positive influence on their lives. But I think for women, especially if you're not limited, if you're not somebody's princess, it makes a big difference.
So what do you think your father taught you? What was the biggest lesson he taught you?
He taught me that things weren't beyond me. If I wanted to do whatever, I could do it, and he would help me learn to do it. I just remember hanging out with him a lot. Just seemed to be around doing things, and so I got a breadth of experiences. Sometimes children are kept in quite a straight line. It's about children's activities.
Want to listen to the entire interview? Simply go to innovatordiaries.com/episode number. Or you can find this episode and hundreds of other great stories on Google Podcast, iTunes, Spotify, or whatever your favorite podcast player is. Please check me out on LinkedIn. Follow or connect with me as I'm very proactive on that social network. And finally, subscribe to this YouTube channel. You'll get all the new stories as soon as they're released. See you next time.